So in today's video, I'm going to be exposing Donald Trump, Andrew Tate, and the New World Order. Because if you guys haven't noticed, Donald Trump got arrested one day before Andrew Tate was released from jail. And this was headlining news. This was everywhere, all over the media. And all of this was a big distraction from the New World Order that is happening right now. So make sure you guys watch this entire video, because in the beginning, I'll be exposing Andrew Tate. And then towards the end of the video, I'll be exposing Donald Trump and the New World Order and Greta Thunberg, because I actually have proof that when Andrew Tate and Greta Thunberg got arrested, it was completely fake and staged. I actually found 2 videos that prove that it was fake. So before I get into the video, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to my second channel, Conscious X2, because they actually demonetized my main channel, Conscious X. As you guys can see, here's an email that I got from YouTube. So basically what this means is that I'm no longer getting paid from my main channel, Conscious X. So if you guys want to support me, make sure you're subscribed to my second channel, because I'm still monetized over there. So I will be trying to apply for monetization again after these 30 days are over, and hopefully they monetize my channel back. But for now, if you want to support me, make sure you guys subscribe to my second channel. The link is in the description below. And if you're watching this on my main channel, make sure you guys go to my second channel to watch the full video, because for the next 30 days, I'm going to be posting way more on my second channel, and the full videos are going to be on there. And for now, half of the video will be on my main channel. So it's very important that you guys subscribe to this channel, because I'm posting way more videos on here. I already uploaded these 2 videos in the last couple of days. So if you're watching this on my main channel, go to my second channel to watch these 2 new videos that I uploaded. And if you want to support me even further, you can subscribe to my Patreon. It's only $5, and you guys can talk to me on there and watch this exclusive content that is not allowed on YouTube. Recently, I uploaded 3 very good videos. This one is about how America is Babylon. And in this one, I showed a former Freemason that exposed Freemasonry in great detail. This is a 5-hour video, and this is probably the best video on my Patreon. So I recommend you guys watch this video. And then recently, I posted a video about how banks are a scam and the American dream is impossible. So that's a really good one as well. And we also have free content on the Patreon with the Book of Enoch, so you guys can check that out. And another way to support me is by donating. If you look at the bottom of the title, there's a button that says thanks, and you guys can donate on there. And you get a color next to your name when you comment. So thank you to everyone that has been supporting my channel. I really appreciate everyone's support, because it's really annoying that they demonetized my main channel. But this is just a minor setback for a major comeback. Just like last time when they deleted my channel, I fought back and I was able to get it back. But anyways, let's get into the video. So as you guys know, I've already exposed 2 of Andrew Tate's characters. One of them is Austin Rivers, the basketball player. And the other one, who is much older, is Anton LaVey. And Anton LaVey is the founder of the Church of Satan. And this explains why Andrew Tate is a very satanic character. And I'm going to be exposing that in this video. And as you guys can see, they look exactly alike. And they even have the same gematria. Andrew Tate and Anton LaVey both equal 39 in the same cipher. And Andrew Tate loves doing this satanic Freemasonry symbolism in plain sight. And Anton LaVey did the same exact symbolism. So I've already made 3 videos exposing him for being Anton LaVey and Austin Rivers. So if you guys want to watch those videos, the link to that playlist is in the description below. I went more into detail about that in these videos. But in today's video, I'm not really going to focus on his other characters. I want to focus on the agenda that he's pushing right now, because him and Donald Trump are a big distraction from the New World Order. And as you guys can see, even Tristan Tate is a part of this distraction, because he's Andrew Tate's brother and he was arrested with him. And as you guys can see, he's doing the same symbolism as Andrew Tate. And you guys have to really question, why would they be doing this symbolism while they're getting arrested? This goes to show that their arrest is a big distraction, and it's a big agenda that they're pushing right now on the world stage. So now let's prove that this was all fake and staged, because I literally have video proof that this was fake and staged for attention and to distract people from the New World Order. So here's a video of Andrew Tate getting arrested, and notice how there's so many cameras surrounding him and recording him just in perfect time with the perfect angle, so that we can see him doing this symbolism. And that's something you guys have to question. If this was a real arrest, how did the news know to go to his house and record him while he's getting arrested? You know what I mean? If this was a real person that was really getting arrested, the cops would go there in secrecy and they wouldn't tell anybody. But for some reason, every single news station knew that he was getting arrested and they all went to his house to record him. So here's the video. So that was the video of him getting arrested and doing the symbolism. And notice at the end they drove away, right? Well, here's another video that shows what happened after they drove away. And in this video, you can really see 100% proof that this was fake and staged. Because as they were driving away, they stopped at the corner and they opened the door so that people can take pictures of Andrew Tate. So here's the video. So as you guys can see in this video, they literally stopped the van and opened the door so that people can take pictures of Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate in the van. This is 100% proof that this was all staged for attention and it was all for the media. And if you notice, this video was not pushed in the mainstream media. Only the other video is where he's doing the symbolism. But for some reason, this one was harder to find. You know, I only saw one person post this video. So that shows that whatever you see on the mainstream media is controlled and it's all planned way before it even happens. So here's the cameraman taking pictures and recording him while the cops open the door, basically admitting in plain sight that this was all for attention. And now let's get into Greta Thunberg, because she played a big part in this whole distraction, because she was tweeting with Andrew Tate back and forth before he got arrested. And she actually got arrested after Andrew Tate as well. And I'm going to show a video proving that that was fake as well. But first, let's talk about her name. So Greta equals 84, just like Masonry in the same cipher. And then Greta Thunberg and Church of Satan have the same gematria as well. Church of Satan equals 56. Greta Thunberg equals 65, which is the reverse of 56. And then they both equal 70 in the same cipher. And this is a big connection because Andrew Tate's base character is Anton LaVey, who created the Church of Satan. So that's why Greta Thunberg is so connected to it, because she was going back and forth with Andrew Tate on Twitter. So Andrew Tate said, "Hello, Greta Thunberg, I have 33 cars." And I found that interesting because, as you guys know, Masonry equals 33. So they show you in plain sight that all of this is fake and planned. Then notice Greta Thunberg said, "Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldenergy@getalife.com." And this tweet went viral. But a lot of people didn't really notice the detail here, and I underlined it for you guys because she's presented as a female celebrity. So why is she saying she has a small d? Even though she's making this a joke, you know, a sarcastic joke against Andrew, she's still admitting in plain sight that she's a man. And here's some more proof to back that up, because not only does she look like a man, but she's wearing this beanie, and notice the logo on the beanie is the same logo as the Transformer symbolism. You know, I don't like to say the word, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So again, she's showing us in plain sight that she's inverted, just like every other celebrity. And now let's look at the video of Greta Thunberg getting arrested, and notice that it's the same situation as Andrew Tate. She gets arrested and the cops are holding her there so that people can take pictures. And notice that she even starts laughing and basically making a mockery out of this entire situation, because all of this is fake and scripted. So check this out.
You also want those for you, man?
Wie sieht's denn aus mit der Abbatzstraße?
Was mit der?
Now let's expose her other character, because she comes from this very old girl that looks exactly like her. As you guys can see, here's a picture from this girl in 1898 that looks exactly like Greta Thunberg. And there's so many articles about it, but they do damage control and they just say it's a lookalike. But obviously we know it's way deeper than that. So this article says a photograph of Greta Thunberg lookalike from 1898 is sparking conspiracy theories. And as you guys can see, they look exactly the same. You know, they literally didn't change anything about this character. And here's the original picture. And I believe she's mining in this picture with two other children. The black and white photograph entitled Three Children Operating Rocker at a Gold Mine on Dominion Creek, Yukon Territory circa 1898, resurfaced from archives at the University of Washington. So the fact that this picture is from 1898 shows that she's a fallen angel because she's been around for hundreds of years and thousands of years. You know, this picture on the left is of a child that looks exactly like her, and it was 125 years ago. So it's not a coincidence. And notice that they're even both wearing a beanie right here. And another big similarity between these two characters is the fact that they both have the same exact hairstyle. And people were pointing this out on Twitter. This person said, how eerie is it that they both wear their hair the same way, a side plate worn on the same side. So they look the same, they have the same hairstyle, and they even put the braid on the same side. So this one couldn't be any more obvious. And I noticed the media puts this one in plain sight a lot. You know, they really don't hide the truth. It's just that people laugh it off and they just think that it's a coincidence or it's just a joke. But obviously we know that it's way deeper than that. So now let's get into the scripting of Andrew Tate's character and his arrest, because this entire thing was fake and scripted, you know, not only by the videos that I just showed you, but also by the numbers. So Andrew Tate was released on March 31st, and ironically, The Matrix was released on March 31st as well. So do you guys really think that's a coincidence? You know, Andrew Tate's always talking about the Matrix and how he's quote unquote exposing the Matrix, but yet he's a part of the Matrix because he's distracting everyone from what's really going on, and he's so connected to the Matrix itself. So not only were they both released on the 31st, but Matrix equals 31 in Gematria, and Andrew Tate's real name is Emery Andrew Tate III, and his first name Emery also equals 31 in the same cipher. And then Tate and the Matrix both equal 46. So to show you guys that he's really connected to the Matrix, here's some examples of him mentioning it. So on his Twitter bio, he says, "Escape the Matrix." And then his pinned tweet says, "The Matrix may have imprisoned me, but I'm free inside the real world." And then the night he got arrested, he made this tweet and he said, "The Matrix sent their agents." So first thing I want to mention, to prove that this is all fake and scripted, how is he even tweeting in jail? You know, I've never heard of anybody else being able to tweet this much in jail. He was literally tweeting multiple times every single day while he was in jail. So that doesn't make sense to me, because a real person would not be able to do that, especially for the crimes that he got accused of doing. It's a very extreme crime that he's getting accused of doing. But anyways, let's really analyze this tweet, because everything that celebrities do is scripted, even down to the wording of their tweets. So this entire tweet says the Matrix sent their agents, right? When you type this in Gematria, that phrase equals 113, just like the phrase not true, not factual, and dishonest. And then also BS, not honest, and fiction. So this shows that this tweet is not true and not factual, and it's BS, because all of this is fake and scripted. You know, the Matrix did not send their agents to arrest him. He's trying to play this narrative that he's a real guy trying to expose the Matrix, and that's why they arrested him. But that's not the case. You know, as you guys can see, what he's saying is not true, because he's actually a part of the Matrix and he's an agent of the Matrix himself. So Andrew Tate arrested and an agent of the Matrix have the same gematria in 4 ciphers. They both equal 201, 285 in the ordinal and reverse ciphers. And then notice in the satanic and reverse satanic ciphers, they both equal 831 and 915. So the fact that he's connected in the satanic ciphers with an agent of the Matrix. And on top of that, both of these phrases equal 201 in the ordinal cipher, and the Freemasonic order also equals 201 in that same cipher. And then the Jesuit order also equals 201. And then Morpheus also equals 201. And he's always saying that he's Morpheus in the Matrix. And Morpheus was actually an evil character. If you guys actually pay attention in the movie is actually not what you think it is. It's a very satanic movie. And that's why he loves it so much, because they don't mention Yahweh in that movie. Everything about that movie is self-based, which is satanic. You know, Satanism is literally the worship of self and thinking that you're a god, when in reality that's not true. So here's a video of Andrew Tate saying that he's Morpheus in the Matrix.
We are living inside of the Matrix, and I am Morpheus. I know you're sitting thinking, why did Tate not decide he was Neo? Because Tate has all the Aikido and the masterful, nearly superhuman abilities.
So now that you've seen that he's always mentioning the Matrix, now let's show some clips of him contradicting himself and admitting that he's an agent in the Matrix. So first I'm going to show you guys a video of him saying that the Matrix sent their agents to arrest him, and he's saying this while getting arrested. And then I'm going to show you guys some videos of him admitting he's a part of the Matrix, and another video where he says he's a controlled opposition agent. And then I'll show you guys some videos of him admitting that his dad was a part of the CIA, which is more proof that his entire family is involved with what he calls the Matrix. So check this out.
The Matrix has attacked me.
Which state is Area 51 in? Nevada. Why would you know that? Are you part of the? Are you part of that
Part of the
little
Matrix.
conspiracy theory?
Part of the Matrix.
How do you know these questions? Like literally, I don't.
Alright,
These
okay,
were written
question.
like 5
How-
minutes
for
ago.
real, like,
Which state is Area 51 in? Nevada. Why would you know that? Are you part of that
Part of the
little
Matrix.
conspiracy theory?
Part of the Matrix.
How do I know Andrew Tate is not part of the Illuminati?
You have to look at the things I'm saying. If you believe I'm part of the agenda that's being pushed by the Matrix itself, then that could be argued because I am the most Googled man in the world. I'm super famous. I have massive influence. I think the number one way to prove I'm not is because I'm going against all the mainstream ideals. I'm going against the things they want.
But if Andrew Tate was part of the Matrix, wouldn't that be exactly what he
Yeah,
says to
and-
get us
and
on
the-
board with him?
so-
I am a smooth talker.
I didn't want to destroy you. You should have kept me as controlled opposition. I would have been on your side. I would have created my message. I would have done whatever you needed me to do.
I'll tell you something about my father. My father was literally a spy for the CIA.
My dad was based in the UK for the Air Force. He was actually in the intelligence services. He was a spy.
Because my father was in the CIA.
Fantastic member of the Air Force. My dad was actually in intelligence. Some right-wing people on the internet think I'm a CIA plant because my father was with intelligence. I'm not a CIA plant. You should have kept me as controlled opposition.
So he really contradicted himself a lot in that video, because first he said that the Matrix sent their agents to arrest him, but then he said that he's a part of the Matrix and that he's a controlled opposition agent. So he's basically telling us the truth in plain sight, but trying to push a narrative that he's not a part of it at the same time. You know, they love telling truth with lies. But anyways, here's some more connections that he has with the Matrix. So the Matrix was released in 1999, and when you flip that around, the 999 is actually 666, and Andrew Tate equals 666 in the Sumerian cipher, along with corrupt and government agent. And as you guys know, 666 is the number of the beast. It clearly states this in Revelation 13:18, and he's connected to so many phrases that involve 666. So Andrew Tate, mark of beast, image of Satan, witchcraft, and sorceries all equal 666 in the same cipher. And then his full name, Emery Andrew Tate III, equals 214, just like Illuminati puppet. And then they both equal 97 and 79 in the same cipher as well. So now let's get into the dates. So the date he got arrested was December 29th. And this number 29 is used heavily with this character. As you guys can see, Andrew and Tristan both equal 29. And not only did they get arrested on December 29th, but they were put on house arrest 2 weeks ago, and their house arrest is over on April 29th. And April 29th has a numerology of 33, and masonry equals 33. And he was arrested on December 29th, 2022, and he got released on March 31st, 2023. This was a total of 3 months and 3 days. And again, masonry equals 33. So he's really connected to that number 33. And don't you guys find it ironic that Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate were arrested in Bucharest? And Bucharest literally has the word arrest in the name. So it's all in plain sight. And they were even released from a detention facility in Bucharest on March 31st. And Bucharest, March 31st, equals 144, just like Matrix films and Jesuit order. So again, he's highly connected to the Matrix films and the Jesuit order. And since Andrew and Tristan were both arrested at the same time, when you put their names together, Andrew, Tristan, you can see that it equals 166, and Bucharest released equals 166, and they were released in Bucharest. So that shows that it was scripted. But then if you look at these other phrases, you can see that Secret Society, One World Order, and Andrew Satan Tate all equal 166 as well. So that shows he plays a big role in the satanic secret society that's pushing the One World Order. So from the date of his arrest, which was December 29th, to the date of his release, which is March 31st, was exactly 93 days. So that means he was in jail for exactly 93 days. And propaganda equals 93. And if you guys don't know what propaganda means, here's the definition. Propaganda is biased or misleading information that is used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. And here's another definition. It says propaganda is the dissemination of information, facts, arguments, rumors, half-truths, or lies to influence public opinion, deliberateness, and a relatively heavy emphasis on manipulation. Distinguish propaganda from casual conversation or the free and easy exchange of ideas. And that's exactly what he's doing. You know, he's manipulating people with half-truth and lies so that he can create this cult fan base and deceive all of them. And just like how I mentioned that propaganda equals 93 and he was in jail for 93 days, according to the internet, his weight is 93 kilograms. So I don't think that's a coincidence. Everything is scripted with these characters. Now let's get back to this date, April 29th, you know, the date that he will be released from house arrest. So from the date of his arrest, December 29th, to the date that he will be released from house arrest is exactly 121 days. And Antichrist equals 121. So this shows that he's really connected to the Antichrist. You know, I don't think he is the Antichrist, but he is really connected to the Antichrist because he will be promoting him very soon in the near future when the Antichrist starts deceiving people. And I will be making a video about the Antichrist on my Patreon very soon. I've been working on that video for a very long time, and I'm really taking my time with it because it's a very important video and there's so much information that I want to put in there. So stay tuned for that video. So another connection that he has with the number 121 is the fact that he was born on December 1st. And when you write that out, it's 12/1, like 121. So now let's get into all of the connections that he has with Satanism and his satanic character, Anton LaVey, who created the Church of Satan. So Emery Andrew Tate, his real name, equals 70, just like Church of Satan. And then Church of Satan equals 56, just like Emery Andrew Tate. And then Church of Satan equals 214. And his full name, Emery Andrew Tate III, also equals 214. And then Tate and Satan both equal 10 in two ciphers and 14 in this Chaldean cipher. And then Satan equals 55, and his real name, Emery Andrew Tate, also equals 55. So he's very connected to Satan, and that should show you how demonic he is. And it's in plain sight because he has a snake tattooed on his chest, and his other character, Anton LaVey, has a snake in this picture right here. And in Genesis, it clearly tells us that the serpent is Satan. And then Lucifer equals 43, and Andrew equals 34 in the same cipher. And 34 is just 43 in reverse. And on top of that, his brother is currently 34 years old right now at the time of this arrest happening. And then Andrew equals 29, just like Devil. And this would explain why he was arrested on December 29th and why he will be removed from house arrest on April 29th. So now let's talk about these pictures that he has while he was in jail. So there was many pictures of him released, and in most of them he was wearing this brand Under Armour, and obviously everything they do is scripted, so I knew this had to mean something. So as you guys can see, he's wearing this Under Armour jacket. Satan equals 55, just like Under Armour, so that would explain why he's wearing that. And then right here he's wearing Under Armour sweatpants, and he's doing the Freemasonic symbol right there. And Under Armour equals 62, just like Tate, so that shows he was scripted to wear this. Now let's get back into the connections that he has with the number 666, because not only does his name equal 666 in the Sumerian cipher, but at the time of his arrest, he is currently 36 years old, and 36 is 3 sixes. As you guys can see, 666 is 3 sixes, and he's 36. So that's another connection. And to prove even further that 36 is 666, if you look at the number properties of the number 36, you can see right here at the bottom that the triangular number of 36 is 666. So he is literally connected to the number 666 in many different ways, and it's all in plain sight, but nobody notices it because everyone's blind to the fact that celebrities are literally fallen angels. Most people think they're real humans, but they're actually not. They're all fallen angels that are working for Satan, and it's all in plain sight. But people don't want to believe that because they worship them and idolize them as if they're gods, and that's exactly what they want. You know, I talked about that in my last video. So anyways, this would explain why he's always doing the 666 hand sign with his hands when he talks. You know, it's a form of hypnotizing the minds and telling you in plain sight that he's involved with Satan. So he's doing that hand sign right there with both of his hands. And notice the car in the background says Tate Spy. So he's admitting he's a spy. And Tate Spy equals 36, which again is 3 sixes. And this is in the reverse cipher. But if you look at the ordinal cipher, Tate Spy equals 88. Just like how Church of Satan equals 88. And then Tate equals 88. Magic equals 88. Beast equals 88. And his brother Tristan also equals 88. And Tristan Tate was born in 1988. So clearly none of this is a coincidence. And I already exposed Tristan Tate and his other characters in the video that I made about him and Andrew Tate 3 months ago. So make sure you guys go check that out if you haven't. You know, I exposed like 5 of his characters in that video. So the link to this video is in the description. And in this video, Tristan actually admitted that he's not human. You know, he was wearing this alien costume and he was admitting that he's not human. And obviously he's not an alien, you know, but that's an analogy to him being a fallen angel. So that was a very interesting video. I recommend you guys check that out. But anyways, moving along, not only does Tate Spy equal 88, but Trump equals 88 and Shaitan equals 88, all in the same cipher. And notice that the number 8 looks like 2 snakes going back and forth. And on top of that, Trump, Shaitan, and Tate Spy all equal 25 in the reduction cipher as well. And if you guys don't know what Shaitan is an evil spirit in Islam, inciting humans to sin by whispering in their hearts. Although invisible to humans, they are imagined to be ugly and grotesque creatures created from fire. The Quran speaks of various ways that Shaitan tempts humans into sin. So basically, Shaitan is another name for Satan in Islam. And the reason I bring this up is because Andrew Tate has multiple videos talking about how he's seen Shaitan.
Because I've seen evil. I've seen Shaitan. I've seen it.
And I'm not surprised because he's literally involved with him, which is why his name is so connected to the name Satan and Antichrist and stuff like that. But anyways, since we're talking about Islam, I need to expose Islam because Andrew Tate is really pushing that religion on people, and all religions worship Satan. And I'm gonna prove that to you guys real quick. You know, even though I will be making a separate video exposing all religions, but mainly Islam, because apparently it's the fastest growing religion right now. So I will be exposing it in a separate video. But for now, let's expose it real fast because Andrew Tate is promoting this religion for a reason, because this is the New World Order religion that the Antichrist will be deceiving along with Christians. So as you guys can see, Andrew Tate is holding a Quran while he's arrested with Tristan Tate. And I've never seen something like this before. You know, this is obviously a promotion to the Quran and Islam You know, I've never seen a real person holding a Bible while they're handcuffed. So I find that very weird. You know, it's obvious that this was all a promo for Islam. And Tristan Tate is also promoting Islam as well. So let's expose Islam once and for all, because there's so many people that keep asking me about it and they want me to expose it. So very simply, we can expose Islam by looking at the idols that they worship. So they have this false idol called Kaaba in Mecca. And as you guys can see, it's a big black box where thousands of people come and worship this idol and bow down to it. And right here, you can even see this guy at the bottom is literally bowing down to it and kissing the ground for it. And the scriptures clearly state that we should not bow down to any idols. 2 Kings 17:35 says, Yahweh made a covenant with them and commanded them, saying, You shall not fear other gods, nor bow yourselves to them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them. And that's exactly what they're doing right here. And then Leviticus 26:1 says, You shall not make for yourselves idols, nor shall you set up for yourselves a graven image, which is exactly what this is, or a sacred pillar. Keep that in mind. Then it says, Nor shall you place a carved stone in your land to bow down to it, for I am Yahweh your Elohim. So notice that it specifically states to not set up a graven image or a sacred pillar. And this is very important because inside the Kaaba, there's 3 pillars, as you guys can see in the picture above. And it says 3 pillars stand inside the Kaaba with a small altar or table set between one and the other 2. Lamp-like objects, possible lanterns or crucible censers, hang from the ceiling. The ceiling itself is of a darker color, similar in hue to the lower trimming. So there's 3 pillars in the Kaaba, which is a false idol. And Yahweh specifically told us to not make any idols or sacred pillars. And that's exactly what they're doing. So everything that goes against Yahweh's commands is satanic, and I'm going to prove it to you. But first, let's look at a close-up picture of these 3 pillars in the Kaaba. And right here, you can see that this guy is literally bowing down and kissing the ground in front of it, you know, which completely goes against Yahweh's commands. And in the background, you can see another guy facing the wall for some reason, and he's in the corner. And now let's prove that this cube is an idol of Satan. And there's going to be a very similar image of Satan like this that people will be worshiping when the Antichrist comes. So as you guys can see, every single religion worships the same satanic idol, and it's all in plain sight. So right here you have the black cube of Saturn. That's what this is. And Saturn is Satan. You know, it's in the name. So every religion worships the same black cube, and it's Satan that they're all worshiping. So right here on the left, you can see the Talmud religion. They wear the black cube on their forehead. And then in Islam, they worship this black cube with this gold thing around it. And then in this war memorial, they have a black cube with a gold pentagram on it. And then in the Freemason shrine, they have a black cube altar and a black and white checkered floor with cubes on it as well. And then if you look on the right, you can see the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, Aleister Crowley's magic cult, black cube altar and floor, along with the star right there. So Aleister Crowley's satanic room is worshipping this black cube idol. And then the Freemasons have the same black cube idol. And then for this war memorial, they have a black cube. And then in Islam, they worship the black cube. And then the Talmud also worship the black cube. So that should tell you that this is all the same. It's all illusion of choice. You're still worshiping the same satanic idol at the end of the day. And as you guys can see at the bottom, it says all of these groups are reinterpretations of the same set of ancient Babylonian beliefs. And now let's expose it even further, because if you really think of the meaning of these names, it's all in plain sight. So it's called the Kaaba, right? Kaaba means cube, and they worship Allah. Allah means the God. So when you put Kaaba and Allah together, you get Kabbalah. And that's the same thing in Judaism. They have the Kabbalah with this star in the middle, and there's a cube right there. And the same thing in Freemasonry. They have the black cube with the 3 pillars. And if you guys remember, inside the Kaaba, there's literally 3 pillars as well. So it's all in plain sight. And now let's expose Christianity, because even Christians are worshiping the same black cube idol. Christians have this cross that they wear around their neck, and they have it in every single Christian church. And this is a red flag, by the way. If you go to Christian churches and you see a cross, you should instantly know that this is satanic worship, because the cross is a net of a cube. And if you guys don't know what that is, a net is basically a 2D shape that folds into a 3D shape. So when you fold the cross, you get a cube. And as you guys can see, that's the same cube that they're worshiping in Islam, Freemasonry, and Satanism, and Judaism. So it's all the same thing. And as you guys can see, there's 6 parts to the cross, and then there's 6 parts to the tetrahedron, 6 parts to the hexagon, and when you add that up, you get 666, because when you put all 3 of these together, you get the black cube. So when people are worshiping this black cube, they're literally worshiping 666, which is Satan. And if you look right here, you can see that the tetrahedron that they call the Star of David, which is not the Star of David. Nowhere in the scriptures does it say that David had a star. You know, that's something that they made up to trick Christians and Jews into worshiping Satan. So as you guys can see, there's 6 points in the tetrahedron, 6 triangles, and 6 sides. So Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Freemasonry, and Satanism is all the same thing. They're all worshiping this cube of Saturn, which is Satan. And Divine Sade made a really good video about Black China, and she exposed Christianity in that video, because Black China is another false idol that people are actually supporting right now, especially Christians. They think that she's real. So I recommend you guys go check out her video. She really explained it well. The link is in the description below. So basically, at the end of the day, you shouldn't be labeling yourself. You shouldn't be a part of any religion, because they're all worshiping Satan. You know, that's why I don't consider myself Christian, because Christians don't even worship the same creator that I do. You know, they call Yahweh God and Lord, which are other names of Satan. And I'll break that down more in another video. But yeah, let's move on from this. I hope you guys really detach from all these religions, because they're all leading you to hell and into worshiping Satan, whether you know it or not. So another thing is the fact that Islam equals 36, which again is 3 6s. As I showed you guys, the triangular number of 36 is 666. So it's in plain sight. And AndrewTate is connected to 666, along with Mark of the Beast, Image of Satan, witchcraft, and sorceries. So that explains why he's so connected to Islam and why he's promoting it so much. Now let's talk about Donald Trump and his connection to all of this, because he's also connected to 666. As you guys can see, Donald Trump's last full day as president was January 19th. And on November 15th, he announced that he would be running for president again. So the distance between these 2 dates is exactly 666 days from his last full day in office to the day that he announced that he would be running for president again. And indictment also equals 666. And recently, Donald Trump is getting accused of 33 crimes, a part of his indictment. And if you guys notice, Trump and Andrew Tate are very connected. You know, Trump was indicted on March 30th, and Andrew Tate was released on March 31st, literally the next day. So both of these two were a big distraction in the media. Andrew Tate and Donald Trump have the same gematria of 159 and 60. And then Trump equals 29 and Andrew equals 29. And both of these characters do the same hand gestures as well. Here you got Andrew Tate doing the same Masonic symbolism as Donald Trump and as this other corrupt leader as well. And another interesting connection between these two characters is the fact that Greta Thunberg is very connected to Andrew Tate's arrest. And here's a video of Donald Trump taking attention away from Greta Thunberg. And in that post that Donald Trump made, he said that the DA illegally leaked 33 points of indictment, which I found interesting because masonry equals 33. Now let's get into the bank collapse and how the entire system is collapsing right now because they're preparing everyone for the New World Order and the one world system that everyone's going to be under. So this is what Andrew Tate and Donald Trump are distracting everybody from. So as you guys can see, Andrew Tate, Mark of Beast, and bank collapse all equal 666 in the same cipher, and they all equal 111 and 39 as well. So there's a lot of hints that this is happening right now, and it's all in plain sight, but everyone's so distracted that they don't even see what's going on. So the Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, and in this article they said, Silicon Valley Bank, why did it collapse, and is this the start of a banking crisis? And this is why I posted this video a couple days ago exposing banks and how they're a scam, and this was all a plan that has been in place for hundreds of years now. So I recommend you guys go watch this video. The link to my Patreon is in the description. And on top of that bank collapsing, the US national debt surpassed $31 trillion at the beginning of this year on January 23rd, 2023. And this number 31 is interesting because Andrew Tate is heavily connected to that number. He was released from jail on the 31st of March. And when the Romanian officials raided his property, they seized assets that are valued at around $3.9 million or 3.1 million euros. So that's another 31 he's connected to. Now let's talk about the CashApp founder that died and how the Silicon Valley pioneer also died around the same time. And this was around Easter as well. So Easter equals 94, and Bob, which is the CashApp founder, died on the 94th day of the year, and the Silicon Valley pioneer died at age 94. So that's an interesting connection right there. And now let's get a little bit deeper into this CashApp creator, Bob Lee, that died in San Francisco. So CashApp creator equals 144, and Jesuit order equals 144. And his name is Bob Lee. He died at age 43. Killing equals 43. Bob Lee death equals 43. Lucifer equals 43. And Bob Lee death also equals 56, just like Church of Satan. And then CashApp founder equals 69, just like New World Order and Illuminati. So now you guys can see that all of these events are all a part of the New World Order, including Donald Trump. As you guys can see, Donald Trump and Illuminati both equal 48, and CashApp CEO also equals 48, and New World Order equals 48. So now that you see that banks are collapsing, the economy is collapsing, they're doing all of this at the same time because the Federal Reserve announced a July launch for the FedNow service, and FedNow is going to play a big role in the New World Order. Service will start operating in July. So this service is basically going to be similar to Zelle and CashApp, where you can send money from your bank through this service and you don't have to wait, 3 or 4 business days as it usually takes. I assume it's going to be free to send money to people and receive it instantly. And this is going to entice a lot of people into using this. And that's how they get people, because this is going to be a funnel for everyone's money, and they're going to track everyone's money through this service. So it's very important that we don't get this service when it comes out, because they can't force it on everybody at first. They have to get people to voluntarily get this. So I assume they're going to have like discounts and stuff if you use this, and that's how they're going to get people, along with the fast transactions of money. So don't get this service. This is a part of the New World Order to keep everybody under the same grid. And here's a video of a guy explaining everything, so check this out.
FedNow should be launching in July 1st or so, and that's going to be the new payment processor. It's supposed to be able to transfer payments 365, 7 days a week, 24/7. Now, it's all fun and nice and dandy or whatever, but here is the problem. This is where things get bad, right? We're also accustomed to quick, fast, and in a hurry. We want it right now. Now, that's what they're promoting. But here's the big issue. FedNow will be the funnel that all money gets cycled through. It will go from your bank to FedNow to wherever you're trying to send the money to. So for instance, if you're trying to buy something from Instacart or anything you're buying online, Amazon, it's going to go from your bank to FedNow to Amazon, Walmart, wherever it is you're going to. Now, this is a problem. This is a major problem because now the has full access to your bank account. And not just that, in the fine print, it says that the FedNow is programmable. Now, those of you guys that don't understand what programmable means, let me break this down to you. If, for an example, if let's say we happen to have or whatever it is, and they decide, hey, only essential workers are able to go to work. If they know that you're not an essential worker, they can shut down your FedNow card to where, hey, you will not be able to get gas. You will not be able to use that credit card nowhere because you're not supposed to be out. That's how FedNow will work. They will have full control and full access to turn on and off your bank account. Now, when this stuff pops up on your phone as an update, make sure that you guys do not comply with this. Do not accept. Read what you're accepting before you accept it. Every banking system, major banking system will have this starting July 1st. Now, this is more so an introduction of the CBDC. I'm not making this video to scare you, but I'm making this video so you can brace yourself for what's about to happen next. Over the past week, Russia and China met together. Russia has eliminated the US dollar for international trading, and they are going strictly to the yuan. Brazil also decided to ditch the US dollar for international trading and go strictly to the yuan. Now, these two countries are part of the BRICS nation. But here's the big story here. Saudi Arabia and Iran have decided to meet with China in talks with ditching the US dollar and going to the yuan, and also joining the BRICS nation. Now, this is bad. This is bad for the US, this is bad for the petrodollar, and this is why. Currently, all oil purchases are done with the petrodollar. That is what the US dollar is pretty much backed by. If Saudi Arabia decides to ditch the US dollar and go to the yuan, our dollars will officially go to zero. Now, you think that we have inflation now? If that was to take place, you will see hyperinflation. And if Saudi Arabia decides to do that and go that route, that's what's gonna happen. Now, that's not the only thing that took place. Washington increased the budget this past week by 40%. Our military budget, they increased it by 40%. And this budget states it's for the. I think the writing is on the wall. I think that it's not a time of if this will happen, but more so of when this will happen. And we're watching it play out. My advice is to get right with God, pray, ask for forgiveness, and accept Him in your heart. Because let me tell you, with everything that's about to take place, you're going to need Jesus.
So now that you see that this is all a part of the New World Order and nobody is really talking about this, you can see that characters like AndrewTate and Donald Trump are a big distraction from the fact that the New World Order is literally here and they're slowly rolling it out. So don't just mindlessly comply. Don't get these new services that they're putting out like FedNow. So now I'm going to show you guys some videos of China and how they're literally living in the New World Order right now as we speak. You know, they have to go through these face detections to go to another city, and they have to scan your face to even get paper towels in the bathroom. You know, it's a really creepy thing that's going on over there that nobody's talking about. And you even have to scan your face to get sodas from the vending machine. So everything is face recognition over there already. So check out these videos. So notice how in those videos, people are just mindlessly complying, and that's exactly why they're able to get away with it. People in China comply so much that they can just keep pushing the line and push the New World Order on them even more. So last thing I want to show you guys is this picture of Trump doing one-eye symbolism, and notice that it says Trump the fall. You know, it's hinting at the fall of Babylon and the fall of the current system that we're under, because they're going to bring the new system, which is a part of the New World Order. So I hope that right now you guys see that it's very important to follow Yahweh's laws and really read the scriptures and turn away from your sins, because that's the only way you're going to be saved when this happens. So it's very important right now more than ever to do so. You know, you do have to repent from your sins and turn away from them if you want to be saved. You can't just believe that Yahweh exists. You have to actually follow his laws and his commandments and turn away from your sins. So that's the only thing that's going to save you throughout these times. You know, we're literally in the last days, and the Antichrist is already out. I'm going to make a video about that. So very soon you're going to see him deceiving people in the media and getting people to worship Satan and the image of Satan. So shalom to you all. Make sure you guys support this video, support my second channel by dropping a like, sharing, subscribing, turn on post notifications. And if you want to support me even further, you can subscribe to my Patreon. All of the links are in the description below. And now I'm just going to show you guys some videos of Donald Trump admitting that the current system in the United States is going to fall. And then I'll show you guys some videos of Joe Biden falling, which is more predictive programming that the whole system is going to fall. And that explains why there's been so many falls lately. You know, like Damar Hamlin, he collapsed and fell on the field. That was more predictive programming of this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and shalom.
Why give all that up to make this next run? Why?
Because I think our country is dead. We're a failing nation, and I think we're going to fail completely. We're a nation in decline. I use the term. It's a horrible term.
Mr. President, may I Dr. Biden, how was the anniversary? Oh,